Hey, what's going on guys? Butterbar here, welcome back to the channel. With the Black Ops Cold War Alpha now being over, I felt like today would be a good time to kind of talk about exactly what we have learned from this alpha. Now I will say this, I'm surprised it ended so early. I really hope the beta doesn't actually end this early. I mean, Friday and Saturday were pretty nice, but the simple fact that we literally only had like the early morning time to play the rest of this alpha made me a little disappointed. I wish they would have stretched it on just a little bit longer. I'm kind of like, what was the reason why they ended it so early? I'm not really sure, but it is kind of a goofy thing, and hopefully the beta, when it gets released in October, hopefully it doesn't, set to the same standard of time when the beta actually gets released for us to try out. So first off, let's talk about graphics. Now, really, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm really disappointed. However, I understand that this is an alpha, but I also understand too Treyarch's in kind of a tough position because not only are they going off for the 3 different consoles, I mean, generations from the very first Xbox, the Xbox S to Xbox X. I mean, and PlayStation's the exact same way. They're trying to develop this game over all those different platforms. You also have the 2 different consoles for the PlayStation 5 and as well as the Xbox Series S or X. It's a lot of development, a lot of different information and graphics-wise when it comes to all these different consoles. And just judging by what this alpha is showing us, the graphics are really not that great. So hopefully when this game gets fully released on all the different consoles out there, hopefully we do get to see some upgrades to exactly the graphic fidelity of everything. Getting to see this thing actually pop depending on whatever console we're on. I understand kind of going back to, when Call of Duty Ghosts came out, going to the old platforms and to the current platforms that we have now was a difficult thing to kind of, I guess, utilize at that time. Hopefully it will not be the same case with that, but at least graphically wise, looking at this, understanding it's an alpha, but man, hopefully we see some improvement. Alright, let's talk about maps. Let's talk about maps. I have to say, maps is a very funny topic on Twitter to see exactly what is everybody's favorite maps. Now, I will say this, Miami doesn't bother me as much as other people. I will say Satellite is right there. Moscow's, I'm pretty close to Miami, but I actually don't have a huge issue with Miami. But man, oh man, people do not like Miami. To me, I totally get it. Look, we have Miami, Moscow, and Satellite. These 3 6v6 maps that we got to try during the alpha. Kind of going off of the old maps, going from the Black Ops series maps that we've had in the past. It's a 3-lane maps, but it doesn't feel like it has that flow. It feels like they're much larger maps, a lot more going on, and it just doesn't feel like it has that same I don't know, charisma is the right word, but it doesn't have the right flow. It doesn't have the right to them, I guess, when it comes to the series classics of Black Ops maps. I do imagine we're going to be seeing some of the classic maps when the game fully releases, but to me, really, the Miami, Moscow, and Satellite are just not doing it for me, and hopefully we do actually get to see some better maps in the future. But man, oh man, yeah, people are definitely not happy with the maps going on right now. At least when the alpha was, when everyone was able to actually try the alpha. Let's talk about weapons now. I will say this, I said it in a previous video, SMGs were dominant to me, my personal view. I felt like the SMGs were just one of those things where it's like, man, I love, if you want to dominate, you want to get close quarters, you want to deal a lot of damage, the SMGs were definitely the way to go. However, I did actually really do enjoy the ARs. I love the XM4, the AK-47, I really do enjoy it. However, I don't know what it is, man. I mean, hopefully there's more attachments when it comes to controlling recoil. Man, AK-47, I get it. High caliber round. The AK-47 is not supposed to be as accurate as the M4 and stuff like that. But man, oh man, some of the recoil is a little obnoxious, and hopefully it gets taken care of, or at least maybe there's some more attachments you can put on to control recoil. Because good heavens, man, I would love to try to get that recoil just a little bit under control. But man, at least in this alpha, it definitely did not seem like that. Let's talk about this as well. Snipers. Now, this was actually talked about on Twitter from one of the developers saying that they buffed snipers just to get some data to figure out exactly how they're working in the alpha. And dude, oh my god, man, the quickscoping community was like freaking strong out there. I don't know if anybody else was quickscoped as much as me, man, but good heavens. It was crazy to see how many quickscopers were out there, and you definitely saw how powerful these sniper rifles can be. Now, will they be like that during the beta? Will they be like that during the full game's release? Unsure. It looks like they just wanted to kind of test them out, see where they were actually, sitting at when it comes to all the other weapons out there. Hopefully they are not as strong as they are in this alpha, but I mean, damn, man. That's all I can say. My God, man. It was crazy to know just around a corner, and you get a couple of rounds on a target, and all of a sudden get dropped, and you see that you got quickscoped. It was crazy. I want to say this, too. You know, when it comes to the weapons in this game, did anybody actually use the LMGs? I did not see LMGs used at all. It was pretty crazy. You had the, I think it was like the Stoner, and you had the RPK, and I did not really see any LMG love whatsoever. Now, that might have been just the games that I had or the people I was playing with, but man, oh man, I didn't see it. I did not see it at all. I don't know if it was just, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the LMGs are not like really the greatest weapons in this game, but man, I did not see any LMG play. So hopefully there is a reason why people want to use LMGs when the game gets fully released, but at least during this alpha, there wasn't any reason whatsoever to use an LMG. That really were not that great compared to all the other SMGs, ARs, and including the sniper rifles as well. So hopefully the LMGs get a little bit of love when the game fully releases. Let's talk about this. I know this is one thing that we've talked about in several videos as well, and a lot of people are kind of getting into matchmaking. So look, I'll say this. I think the best time that I had when I was playing this game was when I was playing with friends. And that kind of goes including with, you know, other Call of Duty games out there. It seems with the way the matchmaking works in Call of Duty games nowadays is that it's not solo friendly. It's not a solo friendly experience. Like, you have got to play with teammates. You have to have some type of communication, or you just have to have friends that you can actually count on with being able to hold up their side of the bargain when it comes to playing this Call of Duty game, or playing, you know, competitive first-person shooters. When it comes to playing this game as solo, you don't know exactly what your teammates are going to be like, and that's just kind of a bummer, man. As somebody that wants to play this game solo, as somebody, you know what, maybe I don't have friends online, maybe they're doing something else, and I want to play and get a couple of games in, I don't see this being that game where I'm like, oh man, I can jump online, have a good time, and play by myself. I don't really see that being the case, unless something is done with matchmaking, where maybe matchmaking actually puts you with other people that are playing solo. Maybe that'd be the way to do it. I know they've had mercenary, you know, game modes in the past. Maybe that's the way you do it, but man, oh man, skill-based matchmaking, team balancing, whatever is going on in this game and whatever has gone on in other Call of Duty games out there is a little intense right now, and hopefully it does not punish solo players as much as it has in the past. One thing I want to talk about as well, one thing that I noticed a little bit here and there when it came to connection. Now, one thing that's kind of been theorized out there, one thing that people are kind of talking about is a reason why they release this alpha to test out. And they might be testing out the servers just to kind of see exactly how the servers are going on. In previous Call of Duty games, we've had really bad servers, or at least really bad connections, where lag is a really big hindrance on the game. I mean, hell, Black Ops 4 still to this day has some serious lag that I think... I mean, I would love to see it addressed, but it's crazy to know that game is over a year old and it still has really bad lag, and that actually might have to do a little bit with matchmaking, but again, it's still an issue. So hopefully at least with this alpha, we got to see, I mean, at least when the beta comes out, maybe when the original game comes out, hopefully we get to see a little bit of these connection issues that we saw in the alpha, hopefully improved. And it mostly just kind of goes with gunfights. If you're having some type of latency, if you're having some type of issue with the connection in the way that you play, you're going to be losing gunfights here and there because of something that you really can't control, which is your internet connection to other players, to the enemy team. So to me, I would love to see that being addressed, especially with it happening previously in other Call of Duty games all the damn time. It's just one of those things that I'm just like, I don't know why we keep having this issue over and over again. But, I mean, I don't know, $1 billion company that doesn't really spend, I don't know how much they spend on servers and whatnot, but I would love to hopefully see that improved a little bit, because we've been seeing this problem over time get worse and worse when it comes to connections. And again, like I said, that might be something having to do with matchmaking, the matchmaking system, and it may be matchmaking you against people that are equal skill, but might not be in the best location possible to where you're located at. So look, overall, I will say this. You know what? When it comes to this alpha, and it comes to the gaming experience that we had over the past couple of days, I have mixed feelings. You know what? There were some times I was having a good time. Sometimes I was having bad times. And like, what the hell is going on? I will say this. Most of the time I was having a good time. I had a solid team I was playing with. And I think that's the exact same way you need to play this game, unless something is done with the matchmaking. However, overall, when it comes to the weapons, the score streaks, everything, it's not bad. I'm not still a huge fan of the score streak system. It's still, to me, it's just kind of like out there. Like, I'm not really liking it very much. I can work with it, but I'm not really a huge fan. Nothing really screams at me that I should love this for any reason. I'm just not a huge fan of it. Maybe later on we'll see more perks added on. Maybe they'll have like a perk where you have, you know, your score streaks don't reset, or they don't reset after death, but maybe they work kind of classic ways in other Call of Duty games out there. I don't know, man. It's just an alpha. More things are going to be added into this game. More things are going to be put into it when it comes to the beta and the full game's release. But at least, you know what? I'm glad that we got a chance to play it. So let me know in the comments below, guys. What do you think about it? Have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you guys all next time.